Hello, ladies and gentlemen, DPA members. This is Thursday, the 12th of May, 2022. I am back in Lagos. I got back last night after a two-day visit to Abuja. As you know, we have a very active office in Abuja, and I also have matters that I have to attend to in Abuja. It was a very interesting visit. I used the opportunity to attend to a whole lot of things, and I met some members of DPA. It was a very good encounter. I am back in Lagos, and as you know, Lagos is a busy place for us. DPA has got a whole lot of work going on. We have calls and cases we have to respond to. They accumulated in the past 2 days. I'm talking of non-emergency cases. Otherwise, the emergency cases are always attended to, regardless of where I am. Our system is designed to operate regardless of physical constraints on me, and I thank my staff, the Lagos team, the Abuja team. They were fantastic. They did an excellent job. When I go to Lagos today, one of the things I heard in the course of my discussion with our members was there were 2 cases of jungle justice that occurred in Lagos in the past 2 days. I'm sure there are more, but these 2 came to our attention. On 2 incidents, separate incidents in different parts of Lagos, 3 men were burnt in a jungle justice accused of stealing phone. They were accused of stealing telephone and they were burnt. And our members that witnessed these incidents were not there when the story began. They only saw crowd gathered and beating up somebody and setting the person up on fire. In one incident, it was 1 man that was burnt. In another incident, it was 2 men that were burnt. And I began to talk to our members and to our staff on the implications of jungle justice, because one of the cases I went for in Abuja, or one of the cases we're handling in Abuja right now, has to do with jungle justice. I'll tell you about that. So you yourself will also understand the implications of jungle justice and understand you must fight and resist jungle justice at any point. In fact, if you recall very well, you will remember that one of those things that motivated DPA or triggered DPA at a critical moment was the killing of 4 boys in Uniport, or close to Uniport. We call it the Alu 4. That was one of the turning moments for us in DPA. I witnessed it, and I decided to hasten my effort to establish an organization in Nigeria and the rest of the world that will be fighting against jungle justice. So DPA's task, among many, is to fight against jungle justice. But for us to fight against jungle justice, we must understand what it means. There are many angles from which we can view jungle justice in order to understand it. First and foremost, we have to admit that the formal justice system is in shambles. The formal justice system, that is the police, the court, the normal idea of apprehending a suspect and prosecuting him in a court of competent jurisdiction under principles and standards set by the Constitution, that is the fair hearing and due process standards that are set by the Constitution. Those things don't work in Nigeria. Criminals bribe their way, criminals pay the police, collude with the judges, and they walk free. This is something that bothers everybody. So when you see that the criminal will not be apprehended, the criminal will not be prosecuted, and that he could even come back for you, the tendency is to avoid the formal justice system and try to settle score on the spot. But settling scores on the spot, otherwise known as jungle justice, are inherently dangerous, inherently wrong, and susceptible to errors, numerous mistakes, because you don't really know if the person being beaten actually committed the offense. You don't even know whether it was a mistake on his part. You don't even know whether the phone he took was something he thought belonged to him. You just don't know. You don't know the story. You don't know whether the person accusing him of stealing a phone was actually doing it because they had unsettled score, personal dispute. Maybe they could be fighting over the same girl, or because they're having an issue elsewhere, and he sees an opportunity to mobilize a mob against him. And and it results in lynching. It's a dangerous thing. Okay, let's look at the case in Abuja. One of our Abuja members, a fairly well-placed lady who works for one of the critical agencies in Nigeria, successful woman, a senior woman. This is not somebody you can mess with. She was having construction work in her house. So some workers came and they decided to buy a new set of lights. The workers said, "Madam, let's go to the market together." So they went to the market so the woman would choose precisely what she wanted. When they got there, they chose a box of lights. She paid for it, 120,000. But then, before leaving the store, she said to the seller, "Can you open the box? Let's see what is inside it, for goodness sake." They opened the box. The woman found out that what was in the box was not exactly what she thought was in the box. It was not a new set of lights. It was something that had been opened and used. So the woman said, "No, I can't take this." They said, "Madam, don't worry, we have another one that looks like it." They brought another one. The woman looked at it, didn't like it. She said, "No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy it. Can I have back my money?" The sales girl there, who had felt good that she made a fantastic sale of 120,000 early in the morning, now realizing that she was returning that money, she wasn't quite happy. So she grudgingly gave back the money, but all of a sudden began to, push the woman. She pushed her, nudged her, and passed the woman and said, "Hey, what is it?" The next thing, the girl knocked down the woman's phone on the ground and stamped on it, smashing the phone. The lady said, "What is going on?" The little girl raised an alarm that she was being attacked in her shop by these two people. So traders descended and began to beat, because it was a woman and a man, they chose to beat the man without question. In the fray, the girl came back to the woman, snatched the second phone from her, put it on the ground, and stamped on it. So before you knew it, the traders bloodied the man, the worker that came with the woman. The woman was shouting, trying to calm the situation down, to explain that they were falsely accused. Finally, they listened. They left the man, but the man had been bloodied. This woman contacted us, and we contacted the police. The police took the matter up. We were determined to make sure that the girl and the accomplices were punished, and that the owner of the store were punished. Why were we so eager to do this? Because we knew that this woman came so close to being lynched. She and her worker came close to being lynched in a jungle justice fit. So that is how most jungle justice cases are. You don't support it, you don't encourage it. It is deadly, it is dangerous. So that girl in Abuja is being prosecuted now. She tried to settle the case. We said no. DPA drafted a lawyer to join the police in prosecuting the case. Last week, the girl appeared in court for the first time. And when she appeared, she realizes the gravity of what she did. Not only will she, I believe, go to prison for the attack, for the assault, she will also repay the phone. And guess what? The phones she damaged were phones that cost 800,000 each. The woman is not a small person. She's a very big woman. The phones this girl snatched and stamped on were not Nokia phone. We are not Techno. We are not Infinix. You are talking of iPhone. You are talking of Samsung, top of the line. That's what these idiots smashed. So now, they're begging for settlement. What settlement are we going to give them? The girl doesn't want to go to prison. She's a young girl, but I want her to go to prison. Why? She has to go to prison so that all the traders in that market will get the message. My fear is that she will fail to reveal those traders. I want her to name 2 or 3 of the boys who beat these guys so we can pick them up, get them also into prison, and then let the market people know that when you beat people like that, you go to prison. So, how do we deal with the dilemma of jungle justice? I know that if we tell you to report to the police, you have the fear, and legitimate fear, that the police might not do the work, that the police might collect money and let the suspect go, and that the suspect could actually come back against you for reporting him. We understand that. We also understand that even if the police takes the man to court, a whole lot of things could happen,